Oh wait, how did you fare through the storm this week?
Oh God, we got to talk about that a little bit. Shout out to everyone who needs. Well, shout out to them. No, I mean our hearts go out to everybody who still may not have power. I think everybody's got power now, but
If your home was damaged.
yeah, if your home was damaged, I don't know of people personally, but I know of places that I've been to before that were damaged.
Apartments on like the Level Road
Level
area.
Road and the
roof's torn off.
The Weigels on Cedar Bluff, and it was damaged. We didn't have any damage, but our power did go out for a couple of hours that day. But I mean, we lucked out. I was complaining the whole time. I was like, power's out. I can't get on the internet. But it was during the day. It was like between 2 and 4 or 5, and then the power came back on. We were like one of the first ones to get power back at our apartment complex, so thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it back pretty fast.
I actually had to go to work that day too.
Was the fancy Lon Johns in the dark?
No, but by the time I got there, it pretty much died down. Well, it went on for roughly an hour after I got there.
Oh, you had to drive in this crap.
Yeah, which I was honestly okay with because there's a lot of trees in my apartment complex. So I was like, I'm gonna get my car, and they were calling for hail too. So I was like, I'm gonna get my car in a parking garage. And
as per usual, I was kind of oblivious to the whole thing. Like I knew that there was a storm a-brewing because my cat, Teebs the cat, likes to go on what I call walkabouts. I have to put her on a leash, and we have to go outside. So we went outside and did our thing, and I could see just how dark it was getting. So I knew a rainstorm was coming, but I didn't realize how bad it was.
Like an F2 tornado in West Knoxville.
The storm came through, and the rain was pretty intense, and the wind was whistling. You know, it was bad.
It blew like. Where I live, we have breezeways in the apartments.
Yeah.
So like, I'm leaving for work, and it was already bad outside. But I step off my little stoop area and into the breezeway, and the wind like blows me back. It was, yeah.
I mean, it was that bad, and
I saw a tree come down, like a pretty big one too.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But I heard the wind, and the power went out, and I was like, well, that sucks. And then after it was done, I was looking on my phone because I could use wireless or whatever and just use the phone, and I started seeing news reports of like there's a possible tornado, all of this crap, and I'm like, good Lord, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah, I did see it wasn't like a full tree, but it was like a pretty large branch in the middle of Henley Street. And
really?
Like the wind had to have like blown it there.
Jesus.
So
Henley Street's pretty busy, so Lord, I bet.
Yeah, I had to drive around it.
Yeah. I bet traffic was a mother to try to get through.
It wasn't terrible, really. I think people were kind of trying to avoid it. But,
yeah.
And I was just kind of getting out in it at that time.
I'm just so glad that I quit my job, so I could be home because I would be worried sick if I knew all that happened. I was at my job. That just sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yeah, it wasn't. It pretty much cleared up by the time I got to work, though.
Right. Well, that's good. But yeah, no, I like I said, I'm always oblivious when these big storms come through because, knock on wood, hardly anything happens at our apartment complex. It's just it blows and then it moves on, and that's basically what it did at our house. It just the power went out for a couple hours, but we got it back fairly quickly.
Yeah, can't really complain. So
no.
I think at least I got off pretty light. No storm.
No, you did.
No storm damage.
You did.
I got to avoid the trees. There was like a tree blocking my way to get out of my apartment complex.
Jesus.
Well, blocking one of the entrances.
Right.
So it was pretty serious.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody stayed safe. Luckily, from what I understand, there was no injuries or deaths or anything. So that at least is great.
Yeah.
But there was some damage though. So shout out to everyone who's out there trying to get things fixed. I know it was pretty rough going there for a little bit.
Yep.
And then it did it again, like overnight. Last night or the night before?
I think so, yeah.
I slept through it, and I didn't know it happened again.
I heard it, but it was nowhere near as significant as...
No.
I guess it was Monday.
No.
Monday or Tuesday.
No, the bad storm that happened during the day, that was Monday.
Okay.
And then this thing was like between Wednesday night and Thursday morning.
Something like that.
And I slept right through it. I had no idea. I just woke up and it was wet outside. That's all I know.
I heard thunder and lightning, but anyway, should we say climate change on this one?
A little bit, yeah.
because we'll probably experience more intense storms.
Yeah. I mean, it's the stuff is real, folks.
Yep.
I hate to break it to you. It's real.
I don't think Gen Z needs convincing.
No, or us.
I think, or us. Well,
there's some, but
there's a few deniers.
Not many.
But I think Gen Z is kind of like, this is kind of right on top of us.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take really any convincing for me because like the changes are now becoming visible to the naked eye. Like I remember when it used to get cold in September.
Yeah.
And now like we're having like still 70 and 80 degrees up into October.
But then the weird thing was this past summer has been very mild. We went from like super intense to just like in the 80s, low. I mean, we did get back in the 90s.
It was still hot.
I was surprised at how mild the summer was, but then how warm the winter was this past winter. And so it was like, the weather is messed up, folks, and there's a reason for that. Climate change.
Jazz hands.